We are continuing our pregame coverage of Motu Madness, and by the powers of Grayskull, we are giving away King Grayskull right now on Toy Habits Live.
And before we go live, smash that like button, turn on notifications, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss a beat.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Toy Habits. I'm Michael.
And I'm the Toy Sorceress, and you're watching Toy Habits Live. What's going on, Michael?
Not much. We have there was a lot of Motu news going on last week, so I'm very excited about that. Plus, we were gifted a Grayskull, King Grayskull, to give away to one of our website viewers or channel viewers, whichever one you are. So it's very exciting last week. What about you?
That is exciting news. Absolutely. I have been, obviously, as you know, super busy, but big accomplishment. Finally finished fitting out my toy room, getting the display and collection all out. Gotta say, I'm so exhausted. It's been a long 3 weeks of just unpacking and setting everything up. It's been a long 6 months since I started this whole journey. So happy to finally have it done. And hopefully you guys will now enjoy the beautiful display behind me.
Yes, I'm enjoying all of the pictures that you're posting on Instagram. I'm so jealous, but you're actually giving me a blueprint of like what to do. Yep. So I'm taking some notes.
There you go. It's a good inspiration for you, and then you can then even perfect it.
Yes.
And your new space.
I like that.
So I can't wait to see what you do with it.
I can't either.
Super exciting. The news was dropping like crazy this week. Motu news flying out at us with so many neat things. But before we dive into that, let's say hi to the crew and see who's all here. We got crew member Frankie Rivera joining us. Crew member Pregame is also here. Right hand of Skeletor is joining us. Frank Pryor, crew member, is here. Bash Creators is here. Jason Clark, crew member Damian Ristori is also joining us.
Damian is also he's a new crew member.
Yeah. So welcome to the crew. Beth is here. Mint with Card. King Panther, good to see you. Laser Eye 21A. The one and only crew member Baroness of Toys is here. And I got a funny story later on about the Baroness and her Eternity of Playset, which I'll share with you guys later. We got crew member Rob 2023 joining us. Crew member Rob Zilla is here. Also, both Robs together. Jason Fitz is here. Alf is here. Zeus is also here. Kiwi. We got Pedro, JT, Toy Hunters Hollow. Good to see you as well. Robert Alessandrini, another awesome crew member, and crew member Kelvin Forster is here. The one and only crew member and friend of the channel, Brick Something. Good to see you, Brick. Happy you're joining the stream. Sir Eldor, crew member Master Versal, Toy Hunter is also joining us. And oh, look who's there, a punk with toys. And by the way, I told you, Lawrence, I have a lot of toys. Lawrence gave me, so he was jabbing at me when I first put up those pictures of my empty shelves. And he says, I thought you had more toys than that. I hope you can see I do.
That's such a comment.
All in good jest, Lawrence. Glad to see you in the chat. Jordan S is here. T-Mac 3000 and Santos Collector Verse is also joining us, who is a awesome crew member, and crew member Michael Herrera is also here. And we've got Motu La TV, which is an awesome friend of the channels, and I'll let Michael elaborate on that one. Black Phoenix 77 just joined us, and Ken Watwa is here too. Good to see everybody. Michael, why don't we go ahead and say hi to our awesome crew, and then we're going to dive into the news because we got a lot to share today.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, before we do that, yeah, I just want to give a huge shout out to a new friend of the channel. Got a chance to talk to Mike from Motu La TV over the last week, and he's an amazing resource. And he does his live streams and content in Spanish, so that's awesome. We're gonna have. He also speaks
Hola,
English.
¿cómo va?
Yeah. He also speaks
Say hello.
English, so we're gonna have him on at some point. To talk Motu because we all love Motu.
That is awesome. Well, welcome to the show. Glad to see you. And joining us late, but always awesome, is our crew member, Dan Diego. Dan, good to see you. And might as well have, say hello to Kevin Florence as well. There is our crew. Our crew is always ever growing. So
yeah. Yes, yeah. Just want to say a quick welcome to Damien, who just joined the crew today, which is amazing. Thank you, Damien, and thank you for all of our crew's support. It's funny to see going on other people's YouTube channels. It's like the crew is always present somewhere. I love the repping on other channels and on ours.
Way to represent, guys. Happy to see you all. And big shout out hello to Jeremy Cole, another crew member who just joined us in the chat.
Yes. All right. I'm sure people are very interested to hear the details on the giveaway that we are doing. This is actually our first giveaway, and we were gifted this beautiful King Grayskull figure. It is still sealed.
You will get one of these. One of our lucky viewers will get one of these.
And so I just wanted to give a huge shout out to Wes. He's an amazing friend of the channel. He's from the Netherlands, and he graciously donated his King Grayskull for us to give away. And I think the unofficial count that we have is around like 9,291 of these exist, because they were. Actually, no. It's actually probably less than that, because that's
I don't first week, right? It's the people who back like the first few days or whatever it was.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's the first week backer. So it's a very rare item, and we want to give everyone who enters a chance to win this rare figure. So just wanted to go over the required entries. So we're going to make this fun. We're using a program called Rafflecopter, and while we're doing this, why don't you cue the giveaway article up? We'll get that live while we're going through the entries. But right now, here, actually, let me. When you drop that and set it live, let me know, because I have a banner to to play. Okay. But there's basically the required entries are just going to the article that we're just about to publish, leaving a comment on the King Grayskull giveaway article with the hashtag Toy Habits King Grayskull giveaway. That will get you 5 entries. Viewing this segment, so when we're going over the rules and answering people's questions and so forth, and kind of where we talk about how to enter, that's where 3 entries. Comment on the video where we talk about how to enter with the hashtag Toy Habits King Grayskull giveaway for an extra 5 entries, and then also follow our Instagram account at Toy Habits website for 3 entries. So lots of ways to enter, and we have some bonus optional entries. So these are not required, and so let me just go over there first. So for Toy Habits crew members only, we're giving 2 bonus entries per day. So that's an extra 28 extra entries total. So if you join our crew, we will take care of you and give you some extra chances. If you become a Toy Habits crew member during this month, you can get 5 extra entries, plus you can kind of backtrack and get those 28 bonus entries. If you're already a Toy Habits crew member, you also get the 5 bonus entries. Subbing to our YouTube channel is optional. We always appreciate it. We'd rather you listen to our content than sub for the giveaway, but that will give you 3 extra entries. And then tweeting a message about this giveaway will give you 3 extra entries, and the message is already there for you. You just need to tweet it. So yeah, that's the quick and dirty on the rules. And let's see, Toy Sorceress, are we live yet?
We are live. It is on the website as we speak. So if you want to enter to win King Grayskull, you can head over there right now, but keep watching the stream. Don't leave. And you can enter to win. And this is going to be going until, what was that, March 10th?
March 10th.
Awesome. So
yes.
Be sure to go in, enter to win, and you can get yourself your very own King Grayskull.
Yes, and just to make note, the Rafflecopter program has ways of detecting gaming the system, and we know that giveaways sometimes bring out the worst in people. So if you try to game the system, you are going to be disqualified. So I just wanted to make that disclaimer. I know that everyone who watches us is not like that, but sometimes there's really intense people who try to win these things. But yes, the winner will be announced live on our March 10th, 2024 live stream at 4 p.m., which is very exciting.
That is super exciting. I can't wait. And you know, it was super nice of Wes to donate this, and we wanted to do something to give back to all our supporters, all the viewers of the channel, all our crew members, give you guys a chance to win King Grayskull, and just a small way of saying thank you to supporting us.
Yes. I'm just going to run through. Let's see if there's any questions or anything from the chat. No, Dan, you did not win yet. You got to play to win. Bash, I hope what we just said makes sense. Just go head over to toyhabits.com. I think we can also drop a link in the chat too. I think I'll just do that.
Yeah, I can drop it.
Oh.
I got it.
Let's see. I hope somebody who that didn't get Eternia, or I hope it goes to someone that didn't get Eternia. Yeah, it's if you didn't get a chance to back it in the first week, but you still bought it, you're missing that figure. So even if it goes to somebody that got an Eternia, which is fine if they missed out on that King Grayskull early backing, which a lot of people did because Mattel didn't have their like payment plans or like all that stuff set up till late in the game, which was a shame.
Yeah. So all the information on how to enter is in the article. So go ahead, head over to toyhabits.com. You'll find it there, and you can go ahead and enter to win King Grayskull. Good luck, everybody.
Yes, and then Bash the if you actually scroll down Toy Sorceress to the very, very bottom,
yeah, right here.
There's an open comment field that people can
see that?
And enter.
It's right here. Leave a reply. There's open comment field right here at the bottom of the post.
Pega, will the winner have to be watching? No, I don't think so, because you know we have our live stream at a time that's like convenient to us, but it's probably not convenient for most and rest of the world. And so no, they don't have to be watching to win, but that would be fun. Like it'd be fun to have like thousands of people on the stream. maybe we'll rethink that. Can you enter if you're international?
Cool.
Yes, you totally can. So the only requirement is a package. You have to be able to receive a package from either FedEx, UPS, USPS, or DHL, which I think covers most of the world unless you live like in the outskirts of nowhere on some island or somewhere in like the jungle in another country.
So. Yeah, we can't have someone like on a messenger or a horse or something deliver it to you. So yeah. We need to be practical here.
Totally. King Panther, very nice of you to say whether I win or not, your channel is the best Motu coverage. Yes, thank you so much.
You are so sweet.
That's an awful lot of, so this is interesting. Yes, it would be an awful lot to keep track of the entries per person, but Rafflecopter does all the work for us. So it's pretty painless for us, and we wanted to make it fun for everyone here. So yeah, hopefully that clears things up, and yeah, good luck everyone. We're gonna have this run for a couple weeks, and so we can't wait to see who wins.
Fantastic. This is super exciting. Can't wait to see who wins. Make sure head over to toyhabits.com, enter your chance to win King Grayskull, and it's going to be epic. And my screen just went black. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay.
Anyway, let's go ahead and start diving in to the news, because we had a lot of stuff break this week. And my apologies, my computer is just super slow right now, I am switching over to our first article we're going to cover. And so, Michael, what we're going to do is we're going to cover the non-cartoon collection toy news first, and then we'll go to that. So the first thing that we had break this week was this awesome news about 2 new Motu Origins San Diego Comic-Con 2024 exclusives. And Michael, you talked about this last week. You were spot on with your theory, and I was just mind blown. So why don't you go ahead and explain about the Too Bad 2-pack?
This was insane because I think for the longest time, I've always wanted a version of Too Bad and Vajra that were just they're separated at birth, right? Because they were combined, by Skeletor. But yeah, I mean, this was kind of a pipe dream that I had. And I was like, well, in the back of my mind, they're never going to make this. And, and if they did, it would probably be an exclusive of some sort. And then lo and behold, after we did that stream, the next day we got some anonymous info that in fact confirming that this Too Bad 2-pack is going to be an SDCC exclusive. So like my mind was double blown.
Totally mind blown. And we have this amazing concept sketch by Joey Curel, which was brilliant and basically explains in a graphic format exactly what we're talking about. You have the 2 separate figures, then they can have that extra torso part of the buck and maybe like a leg that combines the 2, 2 bad colors. You got Tuvar and Badra halfway with the chest armor and then the ever-changing teal and purple leg. And of course, because of Origins, modularity of the figures, you can easily combine them and turn it into a 2-bad figure. How genius is that? And I love the sketch that Joey's done. Totally inspiring. And let's hope we really get something like this, because that's what it sounds like is coming.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Or at the least getting just 2 individual figures. Like that would be a bonus if they were able to just like combine. And, I know that Rob is trying to get me back into Transformers. And so this is another form of Transformers that I'm used to.
This is probably about the easiest Transformer besides Rock On that I would be able to deal with.
I know, Rock On.
Rock On. And some people actually, even in the chat, have already got their Rock On. We just had that pre-order on Thursday, was it not?
That's crazy. Yeah, it's insane. And it's funny because Silver K, a friend of the channel as well, she texted me and was like, my Rock On, I got a shipping notification, but I'm sure it's a mistake. And I was thinking the same, but like everybody and the mother is getting Rock On right now.
That's incredible. Of course, I'll probably be the last one to get it, just like one of the last ones to get Eternia, but that's okay.
We're on there knocking.
But it's awesome to see people getting theirs. So many. I was just shocked. Like the next day, people had them on Friday, and they put the pre-order in the day before. It's like, do they live like right next door to the Mattel distribution center?
I know, right?
It's like, here you go. Like just hand it to them from the front door. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think like you live fairly close to EE's distribution center. Mr. Home Arcade also lives very close to Mattel's distribution center. So like he's just like Johnny on the spot with all this stuff.
Oh my God, I know. And Mr. Home Arcade was actually nice enough to send a whole bunch of pictures of his Rock On. I just didn't get to it. We were gonna do like an in-hand article, but we had other news breaking, and then so many people were already posting photos on social that we just decided, to just skip it because it was already out there. But we really appreciate you sending those pictures because they were incredible. So thank you, Mr. Home Arcade.
It was kind of funny because like with all of the news that was sent to us over the last week, it's like we were busy making so much content for just to like kind of do a slow burn of all these cartoon collection figures and some other Motu news too.
That was my week this week. I spent 3 or 4 hours after work working on the toy room, and then another 2 or 3 hours at night before going to bed writing up news articles. It was like every single night.
Yeah, so we're trying to bring all of the amazing information to you as fast as we can.
Absolutely. And the other exclusive that's going to be part of SDCC is Cartoon Collection She-Ra in a exclusive SDCC packaging. We don't know exactly what that's going to be, but it's so freaking exciting. that we're going to get Shira, which we said Shira and Bo were coming to the cartoon collection. But what we didn't know prior is that Shira will be an SDCC exclusive and also should be available on Mattel Creations as well, correct?
Correct. Yeah. So also Too Bad as well. So Too Bad's like we actually didn't put this information out, but or the one about Too Bad, but it says the DTC, which means direct to consumer, which means it'll come to Mattel Creations. So you don't have to be live at San Diego Comic-Con, which we will be, but to get it. So you'll probably sign up for it, or it'll probably go for pre-order like Motherboard did at some point after the show.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's going to be so exciting. So looking forward to these two, but let's keep going because we have so much toy news to get to. And the next thing that came up was you actually dug up official images of Lord Grasp. Do tell, Michael, without revealing your sources, but Lord Grasp looks so good. And so this is actually his prototype image, right? Because the other images that you got after this, he has a lot more detail on them. Like, look at the Tampo design on his stripes. They're not just yellow. He's actually got, you know, like scales on there.
Yeah, he looks great. Yeah, so this was along with some of the cartoon collection news that we were dropping as well. I just had to look high and low for these images, and I'm just trying to hone like a good, it's funny because like sometimes I can find these pictures just doing a really complicated Google search. Sometimes I strike out, but this is what I do for probably an hour or so a night, is trying to dig up this stuff.
I know. And he looks incredible. Lord Grasp is 100% all reuse of parts we already have, but they did such a great job of, you know, reusing parts. He's got Squeeze's head, a standard Motu buck and arms, Clawful's claw, you know, regular Motu legs, and then this looks like Scareglow's cape and King Hiss's shield. So this is an awesome, if you want to call it repaint, but a mashup of different characters that they were able to make this really creative new character out of that we did see in classics. But it's really cool to finally see his official pictures. And, you know, you can see him from behind, but they did a great job and they spared no expense with his paint apps. Like, what do you think of them? Like, they look great. Look at his claw and like all of this, you know, scaling he's got on his arms and legs. And then, you know, even his face. It's got a lot of paint on there.
Yeah, he looks like an Eternian Snake Man taxi driver. But yeah, I love the Tampo. I love all the.
He's hailing a cab as we speak.
But what I love, I know, right? I have a theory about Lord Grasp and also some of the other stuff that we found this week. So Walmart has 2 collector cons, and I'm flashing Rob 2023's hashtag Walmart cancel con. So I found their pages on Walmart, but if you refresh the page, it goes to their collector shop page. And so I'm wondering, like, are these going to be going up for pre-order, you know, for Walmart Collector Con, their March edition? They have one in March and one in October.
Absolutely. I'm sure they will. And you know that when they do have these exclusive for Collector Con, if the pages are active, they're hidden and it always redirects. So very hard to find them. And, you know, Baroness of Toys, this is absolutely part of Motu's Frankenstein collection. And he does look very cool. But part of the reason this Frankenstein character is able to have so many amazing paint applications is because they had to do zero new tooling for him. So they said, look, this is basically, you know, we have all the molds. There's very low cost in this. Why don't we spend money on all of these amazing paint apps? And that's what they did.
Yeah, I was excited to see this come to Origins, and it's one of the unproduced figures that's left over from the Powers of Grayskull line. And so I know they made him for classics, but this is actually in the scale and in the line that it was intended for.
Absolutely, and I can't wait to see him on one of these awesome Powers of Grayskull card backs. I mean,
oh my gosh,
so cool.
Yeah, I really hope that they do that because like they wouldn't spend all that money designing a new card if they're just going to put one figure on it, right?
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, they went through like Modi with the whole logo. I think, they're going all out Powers of Grayskull this year. And why not? We have our Eternias, and now we got to fit it out with some new characters. So
Yeah, we do.
He's going to be really cool. And not only did Lord Grasp show up, but we also got, again, by your amazing sleuthing, Michael, official images of Terror. And this one, again, complete reuse of parts. But in an amazingly creative way.
Yeah. It always amazes me what new things they can do with just like a mashup. It's so funny. It's Whiplash, it's Ratlore, Trapjaw, and the lower half is Mosquitor. Such a crazy
Mosquitor. So Baroness, this is the absolute ultimate Frankenstein of characters right here. I think.
I love that.
Oh my god. I love how he's flashing the Toy Habits logo on his tail.
I don't know how that got there.
That's a nice spot.
Must be a fan. But yeah,
go ahead. I was just
totally
going to say it's pretty cool. There's a lag. We apologize. It's pretty cool though that they added these extra like paint applications on the neck with the gradated paint right here, which is part of some of the other figures on Ratlore. I think his neck was just plain; it wasn't painted. So at least they reused the neck, and now we've got this modded paint app, which looks really nice. And then what were you going to say, Michael?
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, again, they've mashed up all these parts in a brand new character. We also have some information on the figure. So, the neck, of course, is removable. And so you can kind of have him with extended neck and his, you could just throw his head on the ball joint down there.
So is he going to... Sorry, I always have to have my props behind me now. Is he gonna rattle like Rattler does?
That would be awesome. I don't know. Actually, maybe I'll take a look at the product page and see if it says anything. But that's so funny. Yeah, so you can't order this now. So Walmart puts their placeholder listings in place, and it always shows out of stock. And so I think you'll be able to order them probably March 21st or March 22nd with Mattel's March Madness 2-day event. So yeah, a couple years ago, they did 5 days of drops. Last year, they did one massive day of drops. That was a lot. And so now they're spreading it over 2 days. So I don't think they found their sweet spot.
It was a lot because Walmart's system can't handle it. And there were so many glitches trying to buy stuff on that day, if you remember.
It is not, it's not cool. But it's funny. What they did say about the figures is that they're going to be available on Mattel Creations, which has never happened before.
That is awesome because not everybody can get them from Walmart. Sorry, I'm just closing out some tabs so that I can free up some Wi-Fi space. Yeah. So all of these are going to be on Mattel Creations as well as Walmart?
Walmart has the exclusivity for Lord Grasp and Terror, but I think they're trying to handle it like Hasbro does. Like they're going to have it on their own, like Mattel Creations website as well.
That is awesome. Give everybody a chance to get these guys because they're going to look incredible. And he's really cool. It's a total mashup of stuff. And who doesn't need more purple figures in their collection, right?
I do. That's my favorite color. So I love this guy.
I know it is. That's why I'm saying. I know Michael wants more purple. And not only was Terror and Lord Grasp out, but we did find information on pre-orders on also Necroconda, which showed up on Smith's, I believe.
No, it's on I forget it's on the TM.
The other one. WTVH. My apologies. Yes. Oh, Funky Toy Junkie.
Funky Toy Junkie.
That's real. I don't know how to get rid of this because it's in German. My apologies because I opened up this link, but we'll take a look at it through our article. My apologies on that one. Yeah, Funky Toy Junkie. I did not make that up. That's the name of the website.
So funny. Yeah, and again, it's another complete reuse of parts for a figure. It's with the tail, it's probably going to be a deluxe figure, and so hopefully it's boxed as nicely as like Lady Slither and some of the Turtles of Grayskull figures.
Yeah, I think he is going to come on one of those larger boxes, obviously, because he's got all these extra parts. And this one I love because he's made of translucent plastic. I'm a sucker for translucent plastic and flocked figures. So if it's flocked or translucent, I love it. And this is my cute little Splinter here having a cup of coffee.
Oh,
so bring it on. I know, he's adorable.
He is.
He's my little mascot.
Yeah, the only data point that I have for just international shipping from these overseas sellers is they calculate exact shipping, and sometimes shipping just a standard Motu figure is around $40, and so it might just pay to wait. And also you have to check also if they ship to the US, they might just ship locally, so you have to figure that one out.
Yeah, he is so rad. Totally rad. So this is exciting. If you want to check out more about these international pre-orders for these figures that are out thus far, head over to toyhabits.com and you can learn more. But the reason we put this out is because sometimes people do want to order from these websites and they do get the figures earlier than we do. Also, we do have some information, relating to Walmart as well. But once they get on these international sites, it's only a matter of time, and hopefully in short time, that we're going to get them here in the U.S. So this just means that we're close. We're close to getting them.
Yeah, especially with all of these figures having official images. Like, I can't wait to see what Mattel is going to reveal and what they're going to put up for pre-order.
Absolutely. And happy accident. I'm so glad that you love Toy Habits and Motu. Thanks again for flashing that hashtag Toy Habits King Grayskull giveaway. Make sure to head over and enter to win. That is awesome. And so I am going to now change course, and we are going to start talking about, just give me a moment here. We're going to change direction and start talking about the cartoon collection news that hit. We got a lot of that this week as well.
Yes. And Hega, yes, if you are a member of Toy Habits, no matter if you were gifted one or not, you can still get those extra entries. So it's no problem at all.
Absolutely. I'm just getting these things loaded to the top of the page. So give me one moment.
Of course. Yeah. So,
Michael has ultimate fast internet, and I do not. So I'm trying to help my bandwidth here as we move along through the stream.
It's actually doing really well today.
Yeah, it is, and that's why I'm trying to keep maintenance on it and close windows as we move along. That way we can keep it running smoothly.
Yes, Country Gentleman, yes, Motu Origins is still dead. So let's put that one to bed.
Absolutely. And now that we have the close-up here, it's funny, right before the stream started, my idea in putting Eternia behind me was to have the monorail running as we are on our live streams. And unfortunately, the damn thing has such a loud motor that I had to turn it off. I took off all these little guys that were hanging on the tracks, and I cleared the way, and I started running the monorail, and it was just like it's so loud. So if one of you guys are entrepreneuring engineering geniuses out there who can make a silent motor for our little monorails back there, go for it. I think there's a market for it.
Oh, totally.
I'll buy one.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, that would be really cool. So some awesome news. And again, you being, you are our total Sherlock Holmes of Toy Habits, dug up these awesome official images of Stratos. We knew Stratos was coming to the cartoon collection. We saw him on the cross sell from Trapjaw and Tila. So it was Stratos and Merman, and you not dug up, but came across these because they were on Walmart's website.
Yeah.
So elaborate, Michael.
Yeah, so I'm pretty much on all of these websites multiple times a day. And so I know when things have changed, or I've also been lucky enough to kind of see these listings unfold and like as he's putting them on their website. But I was really surprised because I didn't expect to see official images released just yet, because Mattel has their 21st and 22nd March live stream, which I thought, oh, that's when we're going to see the pictures. But no, he put every picture on there except the card front and the card back. I'm like, I want the money shots. I want to see what's coming next.
Oh my God, I know, right? So we did not get any card back images, but incredibly, we got official images of Stratos with his staff of Avion, no less. I think this is probably more of a prototype shot, or maybe the lighting is a little different because he looks sort of silver in this image. But right here, this is the money shot. Stratos looks awesome. He stepped right out of the cartoon screen. What do you think of him, Michael?
I think it looks great. Like, there's really not much you can do with a Stratos figure. And so I think they did a good job of just kind of making that filmation version of him. You know, they did a great job with the helmet and also the facial expression that he kind of has in every episode. He kind of has like a more of a downward smile or downward frown.
Yeah. And then what kind of the more slantier eyes on his face mask. It's a little bit more angular.
What do you think?
And I love how he turned out. And you know, some people were like, oh, he's missing his bicep cuffs, but the way that his wings are connected here, it is one whole circular piece. It's not a clip. It's not going to go flying off. As you can see, you probably, you can remove his hand if you wanted to and slip the wing off, or when you put his hand back on, it is on there. So it's not going anywhere. They did a really great job of that. And they didn't just reuse, the plain boots of some of the other characters, let's say like Beast Man or whatnot. These look slightly more stylized. If you can see, kind of a little bit more angular, like pointed right there, because he needs his aerodynamics when he's flying. So that's a different boot design. It is simplistic because it's supposed to be, because after all, this is the cartoon collection version of him. But it does have a neat design on it. I really like that.
Yeah, he looks awesome. Giraffe wants to bring back Stratos' hair. The disrespect they first collected and make him look at him on the pegs. Oh yes, the naked Stratos, right? There we go.
Yep. And the cool thing is, so the original version that we got of Stratos for the Origins line, and I'm looking over to the side right now because he's on my shelf. He had the red backpack with the blue wings, right? And now we are getting the red winged Stratos with the blue backpack. So that is awesome. So now we have both color variations of Stratos.
Yes. Yeah. Can't wait for that. Yeah. And I'm sure, people can't wait to own yet another Stratos figure.
I like him. And I love that he comes with the staff of Avion. I think he's really cool. You can't have too many Stratoses, but this one looks amazing. He looks like he's got two. Look at that face. I love this shot right there. Like he's ready to take off.
That's so much fun.
Not only did we get Stratos, and if you want to pre-order Stratos, he's available right now for pre-order on PalmartStore.com. Head over to Palmart Store if you want to pick him up. It is a pre-order. It says it releases 5/1/2024. But you can get your pre-order in now before any of the other websites, and hopefully get them sooner than later. I know think Paul shipped out pretty fast.
That's awesome.
So not only did we get official images of Stratos, but we got official images of Merman. So Michael, share your feelings about this Merman. I did see the official images and he's cool, but what is going on with that Muppet face?
I don't know what they did to his mug, but yeah, he looks like a total Muppet face. He's got like donuts or pretzels covering his eyes.
He
he looks a little haggard, right?
I think it's all in like the nasal mouth area that's a little too thick looking, I guess, because if you compare this to and that's what he looks like in the cartoon, and we'll go more into his accessory in a minute, but if you compare this Motu Origins version of Merman to the one that was released by Super 7 in their 5.5-inch vintage line, and you take a look at the proportions of his face here, I think they did it better. Right?
They totally did. They totally did. It's
What's your
like,
thoughts?
it's like when stars are on the red carpet, there's, they have the same dress on. It's who dressed better, like who wore it better. Super 7, I think, takes it for this one. And they also nailed the color too. Like it's not that hard to get like the merman blue. You just got to mix the paint.
Yeah, and there he is. I mean, he's kind of much more bluer in the cartoon than this one is. This one's got more of a teal shade. Don't get me wrong. I'm still super excited to get Merman. He comes with his signature trident, and he comes with the Pearl of Power that he had in the episode City Beneath the Sea, right?
Yep.
Which is really cool. I love that. And the pearl has this opalescence to it, which is very cool. You can see it right here in his hand. Hopefully maybe this isn't the final head sculpt and they tweak it just a little bit, because don't forget, I mean, I know that the official images, maybe that's it. When we first saw Teela, she wasn't looking so wonderful either. And then the final Teela we got was much better, more dialed in. So maybe Merman, we have a chance. Let's just say that much.
Yeah, I think there's
if you still have time.
Yeah, some of the product images that they have on the backs of the Masterverse packages too, like they don't even look like the figure as well. So it's like something happens between these pictures and when they actually get released.
Yeah, I something does, and yes, it's he's got a little bit of that derpy look to it. Yeah. Giraffe, thanks for the $2 super chat. And Giraffe says Merman's got that dun 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 prairie dog face. Yeah, it's something just it's just a slight. It needs just a slight tweak, very minimal. But I think if they kind of maybe minimize the elongation of his face just to drop, that'll do the trick. Because you see how his nasal area is a lot shorter, and his mouth is a little bit more open. So hopefully they do adjust that a little bit. But I mean, he looks really cool anyway, and love that they're giving a nod to that episode specific item. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love the cartoon collection just for that. It's like how classics would pack just random accessories with figures, and you'd be like, okay, why is Lizard Man coming with a diamond ray of disappearance? Like, oh, okay, they just packed him in there for fun.
Absolutely. It's so funny because I was unpacking my toy room and I looked on the floor and I was like, what's this tiny little box? It was my diamond ray of disappearance. And I almost lost it. It was like in the carpet. And I don't know how many times I've almost lost it. So it's sitting on the shelf now. But he still looks cool. Even in this image, he looks a little better. Am I wrong?
No, it could be the angle, but yeah, I think the images on the white background versus the black background, they're different for some reason. It's like, with Stratos' metallic silver in that white image, and then we go to the matte silver. Yeah. So not 100%, but still looks cool.
He still looks cool. I am going to be super excited for Merman anyway. I love this figure. This is, I think this is my Super 7 figure, if I'm not mistaken, in this picture. Yeah. I have almost the whole collection of these, and this was my favorite figure out of that whole vintage line. So I'm very excited to be getting Merman. And in any case, the cartoon collection is shaping up to be super exciting. So those are the official images that we have uncovered, but we have more cartoon collection news for you. And Michael, we did get an anonymous source that let us know that there are some new characters coming to the cartoon collection, and we're going to dive into those in just a moment. So
yeah, I was excited about these because they're also not coming. They're coming from an anonymous source, but we actually also confirmed that they are coming through other
yes,
means.
we did.
And so it makes it more exciting. And we actually it's basically all evil warriors, and so we have not uncovered the heroic warriors, because if you look at how the line is playing out, they're releasing a heroic warrior and an evil warrior. I guess in their two figures.
Yeah. So, and if you do want to pre-order Merman, he is up for pre-order on PalmartStore.com. We do have the link in our article, so head over to that as well if you want to pre-order Merman. That he is awesome, and the first evil warrior that we know is coming to the cartoon collection is Evil Lyn.
Evil Lyn, yes.
Evil Lyn?
She's definitely a must. Skeletor needs his henchman. He also needs his right-hand woman, Evil Lyn. So it's kind of fun just not knowing what episode they're going to pull the accessories from, but it looks like they're either pulling them from what the Club Grayskull assortment of accessories were, or those Super 7 accessories.
Yeah. Absolutely. So just as a caveat, the fun thing that we did, knowing the list of names of characters that were coming to the cartoon collection, is Michael and I did our own, guess or prediction as to what episode specific artifact or weapon or accessory they would come with. And so, Michael, your weapon or artifact of choice for Evil Lyn is Chorodite. So you tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so the Chorodite is, I guess, some rare crystal that gives enhanced powers, and I think Skeletor wanted to enhance his chest armor with it, and so it's a really interesting episode. If you haven't watched it before, Evil Lyn, of course, is in disguise as she sometimes is, just to get and steal the Chorodite crystal. I'm trying to think if there's any other, she's in so many episodes, and I'm like, it's really hard to pin one down.
I know, right? It's there's a huge list of episodes, but I think this was a really great pick. And what we want to know from you guys is, if we are doing a heroic warrior with a evil warrior as part of each of these waves, who do you think would be a great character to be paired up with Evil Lyn when she gets released? And we want to hear from you guys in the chat. So let us know your thoughts on who should come with Evil Lyn. Now, Michael, have you given it thought? Who do you think would be a great team up as far as a wave partner for Evil Lyn?
Let's see. Geez, there's so many great characters. I guess we already know that Ram Man is coming because he was teased on somebody's card art before. So that's the only one that comes to mind at the moment. But I'm trying to think, if there's any type of heroic warrior that she clashes with the most besides He-Man.
Yeah, I know. That's a really good question. And I'm struggling to think of a really good one that makes sense to team up with her. I do have some on my list for the other characters, but Orko would be very cool. But and I'm staring at Orko right now. Do you think they're going to remake Orko for the cartoon collection? Because the Orko we already have looks so good. He looks just like the cartoon.
I think though. Yeah, I think you can't have a cartoon collection without Orko, and even if it's the same with some different color paint apps, I'm sure people will buy him too. Lizard Man.
Lizard Man is a good one. Yeah, and that's a really good one, T-Mac. And Damien says Marlena. That would be a really good one too.
Not released
Kenzo
in
anything.
Yeah, Mothman. What the flock?
He's blocked.
Yeah, so interesting.
I would love to see it with a cartoon collection, Mothman.
Yeah, will Mothman get a flock job for the cartoon collection? Who knows?
That would be really cool. They could actually just kind of reuse the Mossman they have and change the head so it's more of the animated look. Give them a really cool accessory, and then I can have 2 Flock Mossies. And this one, actually, I have 2 Mossmans on display, so I'm just enjoying his fresh pine scent because I just opened this one 2 days ago, and he still smelled good out of the box.
Yum. Yum. All right, we got another for Marlena. We got Ram Man. Oh, and Bash, of course. Toy Sorceress. We need Filmation Sorceress, right?
We do, and she was actually my pick to go with one of these other characters that we have on our list of characters coming to the cartoon collection. King Randor, that would be pretty cool. And you can see her Super 7 vintage collection, or vintage 5.5 version of her did come with the Cordite, which is really cool. So they had the foresight to do that with the episode specific accessory.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it's kind of going to look like this, probably just with some articulation, right?
Yeah, I think she's going to look.
There's some really cool. There's some really cool names in here. So like Damien Shadow Weaver would be interesting because if they're starting to make the pop line in cartoon collection, that would just open the door for that to happen.
Yeah, that would be really awesome. Love that. I really love these new accessories. I know it's really smart that they're doing that. It brings people back to the lineage of the figures, the characters, why the cartoon collection is what it is, right? Because this is all supposed to be an homage to the vintage cartoon and bringing these episode-specific treasures, if you want to call them that, really harking back to the Filmation series. It's just take great memories of watching the cartoon, and maybe it'll inspire you to watch some of the episodes and go back and see where they actually got these accessories. We actually had to sit down and do that for these articles. I had to sit and watch quite a bit of episodes so that we could give a synopsis of the ones that we thought we were going to select to go with each of the figures. And speaking of, because Triclops, which is our next figure on the list, had quite a bit of episodes that he appeared in. He was in 10 Filmation episodes, and I was trying to figure out, what was a good accessory for him. And, he is pictured with this little ray gun, and he came with the ray gun in the classics, but I couldn't find what episode it was from. But I thought, you know what? There's one that's even makes a lot more sense, and I'll dive into Triclops in a minute, but he is a really cool figure to come out for the cartoon collection. What do you think of Triclops being on this list?
Oh, I love Triclops. So it's like Skeletor has to have his just his henchmen, right? And so we're gonna get it's gonna be a slow burn to add all of the evil warrior henchmen to Skeletor. But yeah, I mean, he's a classic character. I love the way his eyes, he's got that chin strap going on that hooks into his helmet. But yeah, before we go any further, thank you so much, Santos, for the $2 super chat. Cartoon Cringer would be absolutely fantastic. And with the heaviness of the evil warriors, that's something that we could definitely see.
We have yet to get a Cringer, so I would love to see Cringer in the line. Maybe a Cringer Prince Adam 2-pack. Or maybe a Cringer Prince Adam and Orko 3-pack, but Orko looks the same, so I don't know that we'd need him. Maybe that's a chance for people to get him again. But this is the vintage version of Triclops we all know and love, and this is the version that he was made for in Club Grayskull line by Super 7 in the Motu Classics line. Again, with that ray gun, which I could not, for the life of me, find what episode that was from, but in the episode, The Royal Cousin, when Prince Adam's little, spoiled cousin comes to visit, there is this rock softener device that Man-at-Arms develops to help, I guess, soften rocks to do various different things they need to around Eternia. And Evil Lynn sneaks in and disguises herself and convinces this little prince, or this cousin of Prince Adam, to steal the rock softener for him. And of course, Triclops and Evelyn try and break into Castle Grayskull with the rock softener, trying to get through the walls. And He-Man and the royal cousin save the day. But I thought this was a really cool accessory that Triclops uses in the episode to come with him. What do you think?
Yeah, I thought it was a cool one too, because they've made the hover ray. They've also made that training robot. So like another one of these devices would be really, really neat. And like, Giraffe, keep rock hard. You don't want the rock softener, softening rock on your rock on. So I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Absolutely. And so with Triclops, I want to hear what your pick would be as a heroic warrior to come along with them. And if you want to learn more and get a little synopsis of that episode, we do have that on the article. But I thought a really cool one to go along with Triclops would have been actually the Sorceress as a cartoon collection. Because she in the episode is trying to stop Evelyn and Triclops from getting in. And as a matter of fact, there was this this glowing orb, a globe of power that He-Man stole back from Evelyn and Triclops in the beginning of the episode. It was being stored in Castle Grayskull, and suddenly the thing started growing out of control. So the Sorceress had to stop that thing and from imploding. And so they were trying to get it back, and that's why they were breaking into the castle. And of course, He-Man at the end of the day saves the day. He crushes the little globe into nothingness and kicks it away. But I thought, a toy cartoon collection version of Sorceress would be awesome. What do you think?
Yeah, I think she would be great too. Yeah, there's a lot of good ideas in the chat too. I guess Ram Man was also in that episode too. I can't wait to see what they do with Ram Man. I hope we see him on the 21st or 22nd.
Yeah, Ram Man actually had to babysit the royal cousin during this episode, and he gets into a lot of trouble. Swept away on the back of a sky sled, trying to stop this little mischievous kid from wreaking havoc around Eteria.
That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Damien, for the £2 super chat. Old Lady Lynn disguise from Evil Lynn's plot. Yep. Yes. Yeah,
that would be
that's
cool.
A good I mean, anything in the cartoon collection, I guess, or in the Filmation episodes is up for grabs. So they could go really deep on here. Like, they have the Chunky Buck for their WWE Superstars line. And so we could see a chunky Chef Allen, come into the line.
Oh, yeah.
Have the mold for it.
Yeah, that would be really awesome. I'd love to see that. And so, Evil Lynn, Triclops, those are two incredible picks. And the next one up coming to the cartoon collection is none other than Clawful. So Clawful is a really cool one. He wasn't in that many episodes. I mean, he was in 7, not as many as Triclops or Trapjaw was, but Clawful gets in a lot of trouble with Trapjaw. And in particular, he looks very different, first of all, than the actual toy. So we don't know if the Filmation artists were sketching Clawful first, and then the toy came out, and maybe they were trying to reuse some parts here and there for like Buzz Off, and had to cut some corners. So the two characters look totally different, right?
Totally.
It's going to be awesome to get a cartoon version of Clawful. This is what he looks like in the Club Grayskull line. But Clawful gets in a lot of trouble in this episode, the return of Driel, and they steal the Horn of Evil from the Trollas and try and break into Castle Grayskull. They're always trying to break into Castle Grayskull. This time, he's getting in trouble with Trapjaw.
Yeah, I love this figure because, like, one, he looks nothing like the vintage figure, and so just to get a scale of figure that looks cartoon accurate, I think this is probably, like, he's not my favorite character of all, but he's probably going to be my favorite figure just because of just how he looks.
He makes you feel like going to Red Lobster.
Oh my God. It's
so funny. Yeah, like every favorite Langostino, I think you had to like look that up. This is a pretty cool accessory. So they steal the Horn of Evil from the Trollas, and that's why Driel and her little friend, I have his name on there, I forget who it is. They travel back to Eternia to get this thing back, and they ask Orko and Man-at-Arms and He-Man for help. But Clawful and Trapjaw use this Horn of Evil to put a spell over the sorceress and try again break into Castle Grayskull. So I think this would be actually a really cool accessory to pack with Clawful.
Yes. You know, it'd be fun too, just thinking about it. Like they could make that horn, but then also make like a smoker blast effect that you could just plug right into it, which I think would be neat.
Oh my God, like a clear, like, you know, kind of translucent gray piece of plastic. That would be really cool. And Michael, what do you think would be an awesome heroic warrior to pack with Clawful in that wave? Like, you know, who would team up very well? Maybe Driel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, interesting. Like it's so funny. There's so many figures, and I don't really know with Clawful.
Yeah.
So we need some help from the chat. Oh, actually.
So what do you guys all think would be a really cool one? Buzz Off.
Stanley's Show Channel has an interesting one. Buzz Off. Yeah, it's interesting because well, actually, yeah, his vintage figure shares the same parts as Buzz Off, but his cartoon figure will not. So there we go.
Mechanic. I don't know if I'm maybe a few comments behind Mossman and King Randor, or maybe that was with Triclops. My apologies. I'm still flipping through the comments. Let's see who else would be really good. Prince Adam cartoon figure, yes. Ace pick Jeremy. Luzervan. Am I that behind? Wow, so many comments. I'm still scrolling through. My apologies. Fisto would be kind of cool. I love Fisto. I can't wait to get a Fisto in the cartoon collection. Fisto would go really well with another one of the characters on your list, actually, Michael.
Yes.
He was actually with the next one we're going to cover. So Joe, put a pin in that because I think Fisto goes great with the next one we're going to talk about.
There, I'll be all prepared for the next one when you ask that question.
Yeah, I know, right? Because I actually thought about that before the stream. Cringer would be awesome. So there's a lot of really good picks here, but you know, this one too would have been a good one to pack either with the sorceress as well, because she gets put to sleep in that episode. So that would be a kind of cool one. But I'm just gonna close out a couple of these.
Yeah, I forget
real quick before we keep going.
When they do the pairing of a heroic warrior and evil warrior, do they pull from the same episode? I forget. I need to look at the card backs just to remind.
Sometimes they do, actually. So that is why I'm trying to get my ideas from, you know, who made an impact on the episode that was paired together with the character that we know is coming.
That's a good idea.
So that's why I thought that. But this next one is really cool and one of your favorites. And go ahead, Michael, take it.
Yeah, so Spiker was an interesting one that came up on the list. And yeah, again, like not a lot of play in episode-wise in Spiker. I think it was in 3, but he played a really prominent role in one of them. Oh, it's the games episode, which is actually a really fun episode where you know, these aliens come down and they try to pit the heroic warriors and the evil warriors against each other in a game to win something. And so, yeah, I thought this would be a very interesting pick. And you know, it's funny because he's pictured with his trident. But in only one of the episodes, in the other 2, he has just a regular fist. And so it's just
you're totally right.
Like, his vintage figure, you know, just have that nod to just that one episode. But I was thinking, I forget what this sphere is called, but off the top of my head, but this would be a really easy one for them to make because they made an orb, you know, that pearl that came with Merman. So they could just recolor it and package it with him.
Oh, totally. And just color it yellow. So that one came from the games Filmation episode, and it was with alien race from Bendari, and I'm trying to see what the name of the actual orb was. But in this episode, he actually is pitted against Fisto, so I think Fisto would be a great one, heroic warrior to attack with him in that way.
Yes, Fisto is my pick for this one. I'm done.
Yeah, that is awesome. So let's see what you all in the chat think about this.
Let's see. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny to pick an accessory for a spiker because he really has not played a major role just in this episode where he tries to win that yellow orb. So
I like Magin's comment here. Zagraz, old comic guy that looks like Mayor McCheese.
You need the McDonald's crossover line.
Oh my god, could you imagine Motu McDonald's crossover? I'd buy that.
My god. Oh, you would put it in your McDonald's display. Of course you would.
Absolutely. But yeah, Fisto would be awesome. I love Fisto in the Club Grayskull line. I do have him. He's a very cool figure. And to get him in the 5.5 inch scale, he would look great. He really would.
Oh my gosh, he totally would. Yeah, and I think Fisto's another character where it's like the body of him will look the same, but the face would look different. You know, they'll just have a cartoon version of his face.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you so much, Joshua. You know, it's a great night when we have Michael and Toy Sorceress live on Toy Habits. Just makes my weekend complete. Well, it makes our weekend complete to be here with everyone here. So.
Absolutely. I mean, this is, the highlight of my weekend, hanging out with all of you guys.
Yay.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hose nose. Spout. That'd be kind of cool. That's what Bash Studio says. Yeah, that'd be a nice one. Adam's cousin. Let's see. What else we got? Yeah, there's some love for Snout Spout. Neil says Adam has a cousin. Of course he does. Evil Seed. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, Evil Seed is interesting.
Pathos. Or Rattler. Yeah, all these are really great picks. So yeah, Spiker, and that's such a good call that he has his Spike accessory. Just one episode.
Yeah, I hope they just don't pack him with his trident because that would be pretty lame and boring. But Nuno Biz has any chance of action features in the cartoon collection? I don't think so. If they do,
nothing more heavy than what we already have.
Yeah.
I think
they've been trying to downplay all the action features, so probably not.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, Plendar would be so fun. The little purple rabbit.
Oh my god, that would be that would be awesome.
Hangman,
that's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, they have like this line could go so deep. Like I think somebody asked in the chat too, like how long this is going to go, and they have enough material to make all of these figures. So let's keep it going for a long time.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a brilliant move to kind of have this little subline going because the next character, the last one we're going to talk about today on our list, I know is one of your favorites, and he's hanging off Eternia right now, trying to sneak onto the monorail. There is Web Store.
Yeah, it's funny. I was surprised to see Web Store on the list. He's a great character. And again, I think he was only in a couple He-Man episodes, but he also made a cameo in the She-Ra and the Princess of Power with Cobra Khan. And so, and the episode that he was most prominentely featured in is one called The Cat and the Spider. And basically it's...
I love this.
I know. It's like...
He looks like he's like Mission Impossible, like Tom Cruise, like trying to sneak in on Snake Mountain there.
I love that. So this episode basically has it has Prince Adam and Malachi or Malekith looking for an ancient artifact, and they're watched by the cat folk because they are they're basically invading their temple. So this is called a Grimalkin statue, and so they find it, bring it back to Eterno's palace just to check it out. But we have a really interesting character that comes to follow them to bring it back, which is Katrina, which she was also made in the Club Grayskull line, which is cool. Yes. So that would be actually, I'm gonna say it before for it. Like, I would think Katrina would be such an interesting pairing for this one because they were featured so prominently, and Super 7 did an amazing job with their Katrina figure for their Club Grayskull line too.
Yeah, they really did. She would be really cool, and this is an awesome pick for Web Store's accessory. There she is, Katrina, and Web Store looking on, trying to steal it. And I think that's an awesome one. So, this is the Web Store we all know and love, and it would be really cool to get him for the cartoon collection. I'm just going back through some of the chat's comments, and some other people say Strong Arm is a good one. Baroness does, which I know he wasn't in this episode, but a Filmation Granomir, that would be really cool. I love that idea. And Hordables also says cartoon collection Granomir as well. Some love for Count Marzo is out there. Katrina, like we already showed. All Music Fan 88, that would be a really good idea. Absolutely, Baroness, we need a lot more Pop Filmation figures in the line, and we know that there are some coming. I'm just going to show Giraffe's comment again because I love that. That Web Store is Tom Cruise. A good one would be Malika to pack as far as his wave buddy as a heroic warrior, because that's a nice deep cut. You never got a figure of him. Joshua Johnson says Scott Nightwood.
He'll be the last one we'll do your line, and then we'll be gone.
That's a good one.
King Panther had an interesting question though. Michael, is there any possibility you guys would don cosplay with a Motu this Halloween? If yes, who would I be? No, you gotta, if I'm gonna say, you gotta pick one too. Toy Sorceress.
Who to pick?
I think I might know who you pick anyways.
Well, mine was Malika, actually.
No. He was saying, like, if you were to cosplay a Motu figure.
Oh, if I was going to cosplay a Motu figure?
Yeah.
Hello, Sorceress.
I was like,
is there a question? That's an obvious pick for me.
I think I need to hit the gym. I don't know. I think I need to hit the gym before I cosplay any.
Yeah, I know.
I need my quads to be as huge, the muscles, and I need the 8-pack. I think Manny Faces would actually be fun, just to like build that like contraption and suit, and just have like the faces turn around.
I was going to say, because of your goatee, you can make a good Fisto. Because of the
do you like Count Marzo, Fisto?
Yeah.
Maybe Count Marzo, but I think he goes. Does he go around shirtless? See, I think I will have to. Toy habits. Yeah, we do. Totally need a toy habits panel.
Yeah, we do.
Mattel's gonna seed it with people that'll because we're on their naughty list. So. probably
I know.
Have a toy habits panel at SDCC ever.
That would be so awesome.
It would be.
Castle Grayskull, man, that'd be very cool.
Oh gosh, Neil.
Oh, sorry. Sorry. Let's go back to Neil's comment. I'd settle for a 2-pack of just
furry diaper.
Furry diaper.
That's what I'm looking forward to. Furry diaper.
Cyclone's a good one in for the cartoon collection. We need to get him in Origins line first.
That would be good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Duct tape a 6-pack of A&W on your stomach. Yes, then I can have my 6-pack abs.
There you go. That would be awesome.
Let's see. Yeah, Mr. Home Arcade, Count Marzo. Thank you, King Panther. Like the perfect King Randor. I mean, I could go to Burger King and pick up a burger and do a King Randor.
Yeah. He's holding his burger right now.
When I was at Comic-Con 2019, there was a group of cosplayers that mixed Marvel characters with like fast food chains. There was a McDonald's Thor. There was, I mean, it was these guys were so creative. I was like, if I was gonna do that, I would probably go as a Burger King Randor.
I would love that if you went as Burger King Randor. That would be so cool.
I haven't been to Burger King in forever. I have no idea, Neil. I hope they still do them.
That's half the fun. I haven't been to Burger King forever, but if you go, you got to get a crown. I mean, that's like part of the experience.
Yes, totally. Yeah. So we're trying to pin down some of the heroic warriors, and so if we ever have any updates on those, I'm sure you'll see them come on the site before anything anywhere else.
Yep, absolutely. So speaking of the site, if you head over to toyhabits.com right now, at the top of the page, you can enter to win King Grayskull. It's up and running. So go ahead and check that out. And we have all of the articles on each of the cartoon collection characters that are coming. A very cool, amazing Spider-Man Mezco 112 in-hand review. If you feel like checking that out, I had some fun finally photographing Spidey. And this is another cool thing that we got a nice preview of. Thank you to Pixel Dan, who got an early view of the retro Mondo 15-inch Scare Glow figure that goes up for pre-order on February 27th. So in 2 days, he's going to retail for a whopping $265. But he's really cool, Michael. Are you going to get this?
I don't think so. I think I'm stopping at these kind of vintage figures. I like what they're doing with their other line. Are you going to get this one?
Yeah, I have to. It's like, this one's awesome. I'm sorry, but I have 3 of the other jumbo with their 12-inch vintage figures from Mattel. And he would look amazing with those. He's got a freaking glow-in-the-dark skeleton. This is actually way more up my alley than the other Mondo figures are, because he looks like the vintage one, and he's huge and he's cool. And if they make more of these vinyl figures, my wallet is gonna hurt, because I love, love these retro-looking jumbo figures.
Yes.
So I have to pick this up.
He does look amazing. Yeah, I don't have any of the jumbo figures, so I think I have to, like, maybe you can collect those, and I'll collect the other line, and then we can just meet in the middle and talk about it.
Exactly. I think I'm going to stop with, I have He-Man, She-Ra, and Skeletor. I did pre-order Orko, and that's going to be it as far as the Mondo line for me. And then if they do come out with any of these retro figures, I'm going to have to pick them up. I didn't order anything else.
Proof is going to be in the pudding. Can you resist?
Yeah, I know. But this thing's freaking rad. Look at him.
Yeah. He is. And and probably by the end of this, I'm going to probably want to pre-order him. It's like, thanks.
He's a freaking glow-in-the-dark vintage Scare Glow with a real freaking skeleton in there. I mean, look at him. Watch the video by Pixel Dan, and you're going to end up wanting to order this. He's really cool. He's really freaking cool.
You know what, Miss Tidbits?
I'm such a bad influence.
I know you totally are.
There you go.
I don't want this, but now I want it now.
Frankie says that he's all in and a must-have for him. Who of you in the chat is going to be pre-ordering the Scare Glow? He'll be up for, I guess, a week. He goes up on the 27th and ends on the 7th. So 10 days. Yeah, 10 days to pre-order him. He'll be a timed edition.
Is the cost for this one?
$265. He's going to cost $265.
Holy, okay. All right.
He's expensive.
That's That's a $300 fig with shipping. Good Lord.
That's a lot. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
but it's cool.
That's gonna
At least it's not like a standard stock figure. It does cool stuff. It's translucent. It ticks all the boxes.
And like, yeah, that nostalgia box is big for me. That's my biggest box. So want to give a big shout out to Jason Mista, brand new Toy Habits crew member. Welcome to the crew. You are in amazing company. We have the best crew out there. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting. Our crew's a lot of fun. So welcome to the team.
Thank you, Jason.
Frankie says he skipped X-Men last week. Glad he did. Well, save some money up for this awesome Scare Glow. Never going to get another chance. And if you don't,
Totally.
you know what, Michael? If you try and pick up a decent, complete vintage Scare Glow, he's probably going to run you about $265 if you don't have one in your collection already. Oh. This way, you can have a jumbo-size one with glow-in-the-dark skeleton.
I do have one, actually, so... All right, fine.
You do. I know you do. I was talking about the chat in general.
Okay.
If they all don't have one, that's about his cost. If he was $150, it would be like a no-brainer for most people, right, Baroness? I know he's a little pricey. I thought so. Baroness's price is more spot on because this is a vinyl figure. It shouldn't cost as much as the other ones. It doesn't come with as many accessories. I was thinking it was going to be around $150. I was a little shocked at his price tag, a bit high. Yeah. Welcome, Kenzo Creations, to our crew. So happy to have you as an official member. I know you've been a friend and supporter of the channel. Welcome aboard to be officially there. And so this is really cool. But just I wanted to circle back on something kind of cool. Messed up and sort of cool that the toy community is amazing. That actually happened to the Baroness. She received her Eternia just about the same day I did, and there was a piece missing off of it, which was actually supposed to be factory screwed on to one of the platforms that the elevator attaches to. So they forgot to screw that piece on to her platform, and so now the elevator was flipping like this. And so when the Baroness contacted Mattel, Mattel said, "You know what? We don't know if we have an Eternia to exchange for you. Ship it back to us. We may or may not have Eternia to send you. And if we don't, we're just going to send you a refund." Like, what kind of answer is that? She just asked for the piece. Can you send me a new piece? Can you send me a new platform? This thing's not staying on. And so the Baroness, out of, her desperation to figure out what to do, reached out to this amazing toy community that we have, put a post up on Facebook asking for some advice, some help. What do you think people would do? And of all people, Hebro, one of our other fellow toy tubers who has an awesome channel, saw the post and actually spent the time to 3D print that piece for the Baroness, not remembering who it was that posted this, but saw that somebody out there in the toy community needed help, and it took him like 6 times to scan this thing and print it out, and he did all this work, and he did a video about it actually this morning that I watched, and it looks like he spent several hours trying to recreate this piece, and 3D printed it all out, and said, whoever it was that put that post up on Facebook, contact me because I've made it for you. What a nice guy. I mean, I love stories like that of our toy community reaching out and helping other people, because what was the Baroness to do? Pack up her whole Eternia, ship it back to Mattel, and maybe just get a check back? That wasn't cool, right? No. So I love hearing how awesome our toy community is and helping people out, and I'm glad that you're going to get that piece from Hebro. Hopefully he does get a hold of you, and that is just really cool. I mean, don't you love hearing things like that, Michael? How we all help each other out.
Yeah, the community is amazing. And yeah, I think just the selflessness of Hebro just to do that. I mean, making STL files takes a long time. And then it also costs a lot of money to 3D print this stuff too. So that was so nice.
That's so funny. So Neil says, I know, I love knowing that the piece he watched Hebro scan and print. Yes, the episode that you watched, Neil, today, that was for the Baroness of Toys. He did not know that. It was for her, and that is awesome, and hopefully she does get a hold of Hebro. Hebro, if you're watching, Baroness did reach out to you, And that is super nice of you to do. So thank you for helping her out, because she's an awesome member of our crew and an awesome member of the toy community. And all you guys, I think also Laura, one of our watchers of the channel, had something incredible happen to her. One of the toy collecting communities sent her this awesome Micro Machines Slave One Boba Fett ship with this really nice note, because it was from their childhood surviving collection, because she's got a big Boba Fett collection. So now this is going to stay in her collection. Just fun stories like that. People are so nice. I mean, you guys are awesome.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's just, it brings a tear to the eye too, because anyone could have just been like, yeah, you're screwed. And actually, I've heard several people, like, if they have something wrong with Eternia, they want them to ship it back and get a refund. It's like, didn't they make extra parts for this thing?
Yeah. You'd think they'd have extra parts. You'd think they'd have extra actual play sets just for if things got damaged or lost or soiled or broken or whatever it is. They should have a percentage of extra play sets to ship out to people. Now, I know a lot of people had damaged boxes, and that would be unfortunate if they had to swap out the entire thing just for a damaged box. But
I did hear about that. Somebody had a damaged box, and then I guess they wanted a newer box, and they're like, shit back the Eternia set. I was like,
could you imagine? Like, it took me 4 hours to set this whole thing up. 2.5 to assemble it, and then
great! Is that what I have to look forward to?
Oh my god! And the stickers took me like an hour, probably 45 minutes or so. But there's a lot of stickers. And you have to, unfortunately, Michael, you need to put the stickers on before you assemble it.
Oh, thank you for that, because I would have just done it without it.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
You probably won't see them. Yeah. But the playset turned out, it's incredible. It's amazing to even have this thing sitting behind me when I walk in here. I'm in awe. And Mattel did just an incredible job. Like, the detail on the lion's eyes alone are just so amazing. Like, I can't believe it.
You have to kind of grab it and pass it through the camera. Come on.
I know, right? Take a look at it. But yeah, it is a masterpiece. Absolutely wonderful what they do with this. And it takes it a lot. It's bigger than I thought it would. Like, it's deeper, I guess, if you want to call it that. If you do want dimensions, I know Pixel Dan did an awesome video of it, but you're going to need 30 inches clear depth to fit this thing because of the monorail track and the actual monorail going around it. So if you do have it up against the wall like I do, you need a surface that's, at least, 29 to 30 inches away from the wall for it to sit on. Mine is actually sitting off this desk about 1.5 inches just to make it work. And the monorail rubs the wall a little bit. If you have it in the center of a room, you're okay with maybe a 26, 27 inch deep desk by 4 foot wide to fit the whole thing, 48 inches wide. And I think it's 31 tall to the top of the tower, and then the little flags go higher. So those are just basic dimensions if you need to plan out where it needs to sit.
Let's see. I don't know. I think Mr. Home Arcade did the light mod. I still need to put mine together, so I have no idea. What about you?
Do you have a spot picked out for it, Michael?
I do. Yeah, there's an IKEA tabletop that's 63 inches wide by 31.5 deep. So that will be sitting on that one.
Nice. Is that gonna fit Castle Grayskull and Snake Mountain next to it too?
Yes, it is. Yeah, I bought it for that reason. So yeah, that's part of the plan, for this empty space that I'm in right now. Yes, Mr. Home Arcade highly recommends lighting up the lion eyes. He did a cool video on that. Let's see. The Baroness of Toys. Let's see. Oh yeah. Very ridiculous Baroness of Toys. Yeah.
My Eternia is completely assembled and thought of taking apart and packing it back to send it to Mattel. Maybe a replacement is ridiculous. I know. And then the shipper box for most of us came quite damaged. I know the day that the Baroness and I received it, it was pouring rain here in Southern California. My box was soaking wet, and so was hers. So the cardboard shipper box just disintegrated. Like that didn't even, survive. So for Mattel to ask them for people to ship back the entire playset for a missing part or a damaged piece or whatever it is ridiculous. When you spend $650 on a playset and you expect it to come complete, the last thing you want them to do is just be like, oh, just ship it back and we'll give you your money back. Like that's, when you waited a year and a half for this thing. I'm so glad Hebro's helping you out. And yeah, come on, Mattel. You got to do better than that. Not with Eternia, not with a crowdfund project like this.
Yeah, totally.
Well, love the toy community helping each other out. That is such a heartwarming story. And every time people continue to do stuff like that, just makes me feel so close to everyone. Like we are this awesome group of people, and there's a reason we do what we do. There's a reason we're on here every week with you guys. We love collecting. We love hanging out with you and being community and helping each other out. So keep it up, all of you guys out there. It just this is supposed to be a fun hobby. I want to keep it positive, and knowing people are helping each other out like that just warms my heart.
Totally does. Yeah. Community is amazing.
Yeah. You guys are awesome. On that note, Michael, I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to cover this week.
No, I mean, there's just be on the lookout for that G.I. Joe fan stream that's coming on Leap Day. So there's probably going to be a gaggle of pre-orders that's getting dropped on us on the 29th. So I think that's the only thing.
That's going to be a hard work day for me. That's going to suck.
I'm taking that day off. So.
Oh, okay, good. I've got like a really late meeting that day, and
I always take the 29th.
Pick the bad day.
To give you an extra day, you might as well just go play.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. So yeah, be on the lookout for all of those awesome G.I. Joe classified figures that are going to drop on Thursday. And if we don't have anything else, I hope you guys all enjoyed those reveals.
Yeah,
we will always keep you updated, and head over to toyhabits.com. Don't forget to enter to win King Grayskull. He's up right now. So go over there. And with that, I guess happy Sunday, everybody.
Yeah. Happy Sunday, y'all. Hopefully you have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye, y'all.
Bye.